If you saw the headline yesterday that CMMC got suspended or canceled, stop before you make any decision based on what you see in the headlines or what you're seeing on social media. Because quite frankly, some of the headlines I've seen out there and some of the things that I've heard and saw people asking on social media yesterday are just flat out wrong. And acting on that advice or acting on the fact that you think CMMC is suspended could cost you a contract. So if you don't know who I am, hey, I'm Bryan Hornung. I'm CEO of Xact IT Solutions. And if you're a defense contractor, you probably spent yesterday or part of today getting texts and Facebook posts from colleagues telling you that CMMC is suspended or it's dead. So let me give you the straight version in about 3 minutes. Here's what actually happened. The Department of War suspended CMMC Phase 2. Now that's the piece that you are going to have to bring in a third-party assessor known as a 3C PAO to certify you before November 10th, this coming November 10th. That requirement has essentially been paused by this directive, and they've opened up a 60-day review period to review and potentially reform the program. That's what's real. And honestly, it's good news, especially for small and mid-sized contractors who are starting down the road of certification and understanding this cost and understanding the scramble of a third-party audit and what that looks like. So there's been a lot of uproar within the defense industrial base about something that, quite frankly, these contractors have been told and warned about for years and years now. But here's the part getting lost in all the noise, in my opinion. Almost nothing about your actual obligation has changed, and that's the most important takeaway in this video. NIST 800-171 is still required, always has been the law of the land. Your self-assessment is still required. That's your SPRS score. And your DFARS 7012 duty to protect controlled information is still fully enforced. So if you stop protecting the data tomorrow, or you pretend like this doesn't exist anymore and you don't have to do these things, that's the reason CMMC was put in place in the first place, because the DoD left it up to contractors to kind of self-certify, use the honor system, and it wasn't working. So they needed to put something in place with more teeth. So if you decide, I'm just going to go back to how we were doing it, or we're not going to do this, you're going to be out of compliance tomorrow. Nobody canceled DFARS. Nobody canceled NIST 800-171. So the way I put it to my own clients is this. The destination did not move. The toll booth in front of us just lifted for a while. And quite frankly, we don't have to pay the toll or move towards a certified assessor going through our company and auditing our CUI practices. And that's exactly where I'm watching people set themselves up to get burned. The mistake this month and in the next month is going to be that contractors reading the word suspended or hearing the wrong word, that it's been canceled, hearing that over and over, and then deciding to pull the plug on their compliance work. Do not do that. Every signal points to certification coming back in some form when this 60-day review period wraps up. And when it does, the clock could be shorter than the one that we just had. With the same shortage of assessors everybody was already complaining and worried about. And the people who coast in this period are the ones who will be panicking in the next couple months. So you didn't get a pardon. You got the gift of time. And right now, there's no November deadline breathing down your neck and no line for an assessor to breathe down your neck. So that's really the only thing that this directive has ultimately done. It's taken the boot off the neck of the defense contractor from the assessor and from the people with the teeth behind CMMC enforcement. So that's really the best window you're ever going to get to close your gaps calmly if you had this deadline looming in November. So document where you stand and be genuinely ready. Use the time wisely. and you'll be bidding when your competitors are scrambling. So here's what I would do this week. Go pull up your 800-171 self-assessment and be honest about where the real gaps are. If you want a hand with that, we're offering a free 60-day action plan call and a quick gap snapshot, just so you know exactly where you stand and how to use this window. There's no pressure, no pitch. Links right below this video. The bottom line here is CMMC is not canceled. You just got some breathing room. Do not waste it. I'm Bryan with Xact IT, and we'll keep you posted the second this task force reports back in 60 days.